I'm Anita. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be making a necklace. It's called the Dainty Lace Necklace, and it's a pattern I have from a book called Beadweaving Beyond the Basics by Kassie Shaw. I'll have a link in the description box below that will give you details to all the products used today, including a link to that book if you're interested. So if you click more below this video, you'll get all the details, including a link to my website. All right, so first of all, we're going to go over the materials. You're going to need 6-pound fireline, probably about 4 to 6 feet you'll need, and you're also going to need a size 10 beading needle. I'm using two different colors of 11-0 Miyuki seed beads in fuchsia, and the other one's kind of like a purple iris. You're going to need the standard SuperDuos, and those are 2.5 by 5 millimeter. You're also going to need some 3 millimeter glass pearls, or any 3 millimeter round you have in your stash. I'm also going to need a Lobster Clasp, 2 6 millimeter jump rings, and an extender chain. For tools, I'm using two different pairs of flat nose pliers and a pair of scissors. It's a super easy pattern to follow, so go ahead and get your materials and let's get started. All right, to start, you're going to thread your needle with about 2 wingspans of 6-pound fireline, and you're going to pick up 4 of your 11-0s. And I'm using fuchsia for my color A, or my main color, and then purple iris for the accent color. So you're going to bring those down, and you're going to leave about a 6-inch tail, just long enough to weave your tail thread in. So from here, I'm going to go back through the first bead. We're going to pull that together. Like that. So now I'm going to go around this, reinforce this by going through all 4 beads again. Just pinch that between your fingers. So I'm coming across the opposite side of where my tail thread is. There's my tail thread, and here's my working thread. So now I'm going to pick up an 11-0 in the purple iris. I'm exiting this 11-0. I'm going to go in through the next 11-0. And I'm going to repeat that, pick up another 11-0 in purple, exiting here, going into this next 11-0. And I'm going to do that 2 more times. So that's your first double diamond right angle weave square. That is the stitch that we're doing. So I'm exiting this fuchsia 11-0. I want to advance my needle through the purple 11-0 that's next in line. That's going to set me up to start my next square. So now we're going to pick up 4 11-0s in fuchsia. I'm going to bring that down, and I'm going to go back through the first fuchsia bead I added, going towards my working thread. And you want that to be snug up against the first square that we did. So my thread is coming out of the fuchsia 11-0. I'm going to pick up a purple and go in through the next 11-0. I'm going to pick up another purple, go in through the next 11-0. I'm going to pick up one more purple and go through the fuchsia 11-0, and I'm also going to advance my needle through the purple 11-0 that's being shared between both squares. So there's my 2 squares, and my thread is coming out of this purple 11-0. I want to advance through the next 4 beads so that I'm coming out of this purple at the very end. So we're going to go through these 2 beads here. And now I'm going to advance through these next 2 beads here. So that's what you should have so far. For our next step, we're going to pick up a Fuschia 11-0, a SuperDuo, and a Fuschia 11-0. So when you're working with multi-hole beads, always check to make sure you don't have any blocked holes. So we're going to bring that down to our work. And I'm going to go through my purple bead, the opposite side of where my thread is coming out of. So with my thread exiting the purple bead, I'm going to advance through the 11-0 in Fuschia. Now we're going to pick up a purple, a Fuschia, and a purple. Oops, accidentally picked up 2. My beads are happy to jump on. So we have purple, pink, and purple. Exiting my Fuschia 11-0, I'm going in through the second hole of my SuperDuo, right there. Now I'm going to pick up purple, pink, and purple. My thread is exiting the far end hole of my SuperDuo. I'm going to go into the first hole of my SuperDuo. And now I'm going to advance my needle through the purple, pink, and purple on this side, through these 3 beads right here. That's called Encircling the SuperDuo. Now I'm going to pick up a Fuschia, a purple, and a Fuschia. I'm exiting this purple bead. I'm going to go through the purple bead on the other side. Now I'm going to bring my needle through the hole at the very end of my SuperDuo. Now I'm going to advance my needle through the purple, the pink, and the purple, these last 3 beads right here. Now that completes encircling my SuperDuo. So we have 2 double diamond right angle weaves, a SuperDuo that's also encircled. So now we're going to do another double diamond right angle weave next. For our next step, we're picking up 4 of our 11-0s in Fuschia. Bring that down. You're going to bring your needle back through the first Fuschia bead you added, going towards your working thread. And we're going to complete our double diamond right angle weave by adding a purple bead in between each Fuschia sets of 2 3 times. So I'm picking up a purple, exiting that 11-0, going in through the next 11-0. Pick up another purple, exiting here, going in through the next 11-0. And we're going to do that one more time because we're sharing this purple bead. So we only need to pick this up 3 times when we're connecting. So there's my purple bead exiting this fuchsia, going into this next fuchsia, and also advancing through the connecting purple bead, like that. Now we need to advance our needle so it's coming out right here. So we're going to go through the next 2 beads. Right there. Now we're going to go through these next 2 beads right there. So now we're going to repeat adding another SuperDuo after this double diamond right angle weave. So we're going to pick up a fuchsia, a SuperDuo, and a fuchsia. We're going to bring our needle through the opposite side of where our thread is coming out of on the purple bead where we started. Now advance your needle through the fuchsia bead. Now you're going to pick up purple, fuchsia, and purple. You're skipping this first hole of your SuperDuo, you're going in through this second one. Now we're going to pick up purple, fuchsia, and purple. Our thread's coming out of this end hole of our SuperDuo. We're going to go in through the first hole right there. So with our thread exiting the first hole of our SuperDuo, we're now going to advance through these last 3 beads. Right there. Now to finish encircling our SuperDuo, we now need to pick up fuchsia, purple, and fuchsia. Exiting this last purple bead, going in through this purple bead on the other side. Now we're going to bring our needle down through that end hole of our SuperDuo right here. Now we're going to advance our needle through these last 3 beads right here. And that sets us up for our next step. All right, for our next step, we're going to do another double diamond right angle weave square right here. So I'll do one more with you, and then I'll send you on your way to do the next one. So I've picked up 4 11/0s in the fuchsia. I'm going to bring my needle back through that first fuchsia bead towards my working thread, like that. And you want that to be snug up against your work. So now we're going to pick up purple, exiting this fuchsia bead, going into the next one. And we're going to repeat that 2 more times. So picking up this 3rd purple bead, I'm going in through this next fuchsia and also through my purple bead that's in the center. Like that. Now we're going to advance through the next 4 beads, 2 beads at a time. So I'm going through my fuchsia and purple right there. And now I want to advance through these next 2 beads. So go ahead and repeat adding another double diamond right angle weave, one more step, and then I'll take you to the next step. For our next step, our thread is exiting this second double diamond right angle weave through the purple bead. We're going to pick up a pink, fuchsia pink, a purple, another fuchsia pink, a 3mm pearl, and then a fuchsia, purple, and fuchsia, like that. So once you've brought that down to your work, you're going to go through the first 3 beads you picked up, which is the the fuchsia, purple, and fuchsia. So we're going to advance through those 3 beads. So that's what you should have. With our thread exiting the fuchsia bead, we're going to pick up a purple, 2 fuchsias, and 1 purple. We're going to bring our needle through the other side of our pink fuchsia bead, and we're also going to advance through the pearl. So that's what you should have so far. So with our thread exiting the pearl, we want to go through the fuchsia bead on the other side, right there. And we also want to go through these 2 beads, the first 2 beads we added, the purple and the fuchsia. Now we're going to pick up a purple bead and go through the next fuchsia bead. Now we're going to advance our needle all the way around. So we're going to go through the purple, the fuchsia, and the purple. We're also going to go through the fuchsia and the connecting purple. And now we're going to advance our needle through all the beads on this side. So we want to end up coming out of this purple bead at the end. So we're going to go through the fuchsia, purple, and fuchsia. And now I'm going to go through the purple, the fuchsia, and the purple. So your thread should be exiting the purple bead, and that is called encircling the pearl. So your basic pattern are the first 7 steps that we did up to where the pearl is connected. So that is called your stringing pattern, these first 7 steps, and then you have your encircled pearl. Now you have encircled SuperDuos here, an encircled pearl, and the rest in between here you've got 2 double diamond right angle weaves, and you have 1 in between the SuperDuos, and then you have 2 between the SuperDuo and the pearl. So to give you a quick bird's eye view of the pattern, I've got this printout here that I did, and I will have a slide on the screen further down the video to show you this, and you can freeze it if you need to do a screenshot. But here's what we did: 2 double diamond right angle weaves, our SuperDuo, which is an encircled SuperDuo, another double diamond right angle weave, another SuperDuo, and then 2 more right angle weaves, and then our encircled pearl. So from here we're going to go on to repeat our pattern And we're going to repeat this pattern until we've had a second pearl and one more pattern before we add our third pearl. And that's where we're going to do a drop on our double diamond right angle weave pattern. So that's just to give you a quick glimpse of how this pattern is going to be done. So now we'll go on to the next step. So after my pearl, I encircled pearl, I'm going to do 2 double diamond right angle weaves. So you're repeating the pattern from here to here until we add our next pearl. So just follow this pattern. I'll do 2 more of these with you, and then I'll send you on your way. So I'm going to do 2 double diamond right angle weaves, picking up 4 of my fuchsia, going through the first fuchsia bead, and then I'm going to add purple in between 3 sets here. So 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Then I'm going to go through my connecting purple bead and advancing to set up for the next double diamond right angle weave. So there's our 2 double diamond right angle weaves. Next in line is our SuperDuo and encircled our SuperDuo. So now we're going to add our SuperDuo by picking up a fuchsia bead, a SuperDuo, and a fuchsia bead. Go through the opposite side of your purple 11-0. Now go through the 11-0 in pink fuchsia, pick up a purple, a fuchsia, and a purple. Skip the first hole, go through your second hole on your SuperDuo, pick up another purple, fuchsia, and purple. Go through the first hole of your SuperDuo. Now advance your needle through the 3 beads on the opposite side, the purple, the fuchsia, and the purple. Now to complete enclosing your SuperDuo, you need to pick up a fuchsia, a purple, and a fuchsia. Exiting this purple bead up here, we're going in through the one at the bottom. Now we're going to advance our needle through the last hole of our SuperDuo. And now we're going to advance our needle through the purple, the fuchsia, and the purple. So we have our SuperDuo encircled. We're going to do 1 more double diamond right angle weave, another SuperDuo, and then 2 more double diamond right angle weaves. So go ahead and do these steps, and we'll stop here before we add the next pearl, and then I'll meet you back. All right, so I got my next set of pattern here. So there's a total of 7 components here, and then your pearl. So I have, after my pearl, 2 double diamond right angle weaves, an encircled SuperDuo, 1 double diamond right angle weave, another SuperDuo, and then 2 more double diamond right angle weaves. Now we're going to do our pearl here. So to do that, you're picking up your fuchsia, purple, pink, fuchsia, purple, and fuchsia, your 3mm pearl, and then again, fuchsia, purple, fuchsia. You bring that down, Now we're going to go through the first 3 beads we added. Right there. We're going to bring that down. And we're going to go through our pearl. And we're also going to go through our fuchsia bead. So now we're going to pick up a purple, 2 fuchsia beads, and a purple, like that. We're exiting this fuchsia bead. We're going to go in through the fuchsia bead on the other side. Now we're going to advance through the purple, the fuchsia, and the purple. Now we're going to advance through the fuchsia, purple, and fuchsia. We're going to go through the purple and the fuchsia. And now we're going to pick up 1 purple bead, exiting our fuchsia, now we're going to come through the purple bead and the fuchsia bead, right there. We're going to come down through the pearl. Now we're going to come through the fuchsia bead and the purple bead, and through the next fuchsia bead and purple bead. So you want your thread exiting right here. So that is the pattern for encircling the pearl. So now we're going to repeat doing another set of our 7 components, 2 little diamonds, SuperDuo, a diamond, SuperDuo, and then 2 diamonds. So go ahead and do that for your next step, and then I'll meet you for the next component. All right, now that we've completed our next segment, we've got our second double diamond right angle weave here at the end where we completed. We've got our 3 components, 2 pearls here. So our next step is going to be to make our little component that hangs down, and I'll show you a quick picture of what it's going to look like. We've done this segment, and here's where we're at right here. We're getting ready to change the direction of our right angle weave. So here's a quick glimpse of what we're going to be doing. We're going to be adding 2 pearls coming down, and then we'll repeat this little section here, and then we'll continue with 2 pearls until we have 5 sets of 2. So for our next step, right now our thread is coming out of this purple right here at the end. What we want to do is change direction, so we're going to advance our needle through these next 2 beads here. So we want our thread now coming out of this bottom angle right here. So from here we're going to do 2 double diamond right angle weaves going this direction. So like we did before, we're going to pick up 4 of our fuchsias. We're going to bring that down, and then we're going to go back through the first fuchsia bead we added, going like that. Now we're going to pick up a purple, exiting that fuchsia, going into the next fuchsia bead right there. We're going to do that 2 more times. Pick up a purple, go into the next fuchsia bead, pick up another purple, Going through the next fuchsia bead and also through the connecting purple at the top, right there. Now we want to advance so that our thread is coming out of this bottom purple bead opposite of where we are. So we're going to advance through the next two and through these next two, right there. So our thread is coming out of this purple bead at the bottom. We're going to do another double diamond right angle weave, going through the opposite side of the purple or fuchsia bead we added right here, and continue adding our purple beads. We're doing 3 like we did before. Pick up 1, go through the next fuchsia bead, pick up another purple, go through the next fuchsia bead, and 1 more, go through the next fuchsia bead and through the connecting purple. So our thread is up here. We want to advance so that our thread is coming out of this side purple bead. So we're going to go through these next two right here. So you'll have to rotate your work around. Now I'm going to advance through these next two here. And I want my thread coming out of this purple bead here, so I'm going to advance through these next two. Now I'm going to place a 3mm pearl. So pick up a 3mm pearl, exiting this purple bead, we're going in through this next purple bead right here. Pick up another pearl, go through this next purple bead right here. With our thread exiting the purple bead at the top, we're going to pick up 2 11-ohs in purple, and we're going to go back down through the pearl, and that's going to form a picot at the top. Pick up another purple bead, go through the next pearl. Now pick up 2 more 11-ohs in purple. We're exiting the pearl and we're going to go up through the purple bead right there. And now we're going to go down through that first purple bead right there. So your thread should be exiting right here. So from here we're going to do another double diamond right angle weave. So what we need to do is we need to do 3 on this side like we did here. So we start by picking up 4 of our fuchsias, bring that down, go back through your first fuchsia bead right there. Pull that together. So with our thread exiting this fuchsia bead here, we're going to pick up a purple, go through your next fuchsia bead, pick up another purple, go through this next fuchsia bead, and we're going to do that one more time. Pick up a purple, go through this next fuchsia bead, and we're also going to go down through the purple bead where we started, right there. That completes the right angle weave, double diamond right angle weave right here. So now we're going to advance our thread so it's coming out of this top purple bead right here. So right now I am down here at the side. I'm going to go through these next 2 beads. Trying to get this in one swoop. So there's my first step right there. Now I'm going to advance through these next 2 beads. Right there. Now I want to advance through these next 2 beads. I want my thread coming out of this top double diamond right angle weave. Now if you notice, I have a purple bead here to the side between the pearls and this one at the bottom. So because I have 2 shared 11/0s here, I'm going to only be needing to add 2. So from here I'm going to pick up my 4 fuchsia beads, bring that down, and I'm going to go back through the first fuchsia bead like that, and I'm also going to bring my needle through the purple bead between the pearls. Now I'm going to advance my needle through the next fuchsia bead in line right here to connect, and now I'm going to add a purple bead, go through the next fuchsia bead, and I only need to add 1 more purple bead. So pick up 1 purple bead, exiting here, going in through this next fuchsia bead, and I'm also going to go through the connector right here at the bottom. So that completes my second double diamond right angle weave. So now I need to advance so that I'm coming out of this top bead. So I'm going to go through these next 2 beads right here. Now I'm going to advance through these next 2 beads right here. So now my thread is coming out of the top purple bead, and because I'm sharing this bead and this one here at the top side of the pearl, I'm going to pick up 4 fuchsia beads, bring that down, go through the first fuchsia bead I started with, pull that together, now I'm going through the purple bead on this right side of this picot right here. Now I'm going to go through the next fuchsia bead on my little square. Now I'm going to pick up a purple bead, go through the next fuchsia, pick up another purple bead, and go through the next fuchsia and through the connector bead. So that completes the component with the 2 pearls. So that's how you do that pattern. So from here, our thread is coming out down here at the bottom of this. We want to advance around this square so that we're exiting right here. So I'm going to go through the next fuchsia and the next purple bead. Now I'm going to go through the next fuchsia and the next purple bead. And now I want to advance through these next 2 fuchsia and purple. So that's where I need to be coming out. And that is the pattern for doing the double pearl section. So here is an illustration showing this. section here. That's where we started. So we just completed this step here. So for your next step, you're going to do a double diamond right angle weave, a SuperDuo, another diamond, SuperDuo, and 2 diamonds. And then you're going to repeat doing this section of the pearl. So I'll have a set of instructions on the screen so that you can refer to that. And then once you get those 5 sections of your pearl with the double pearls, you're going to repeat doing the strand on the other side. So let me pull that up on the screen for you, and then I'll explain the next steps. All right, so for your reference, I put this together for you. So I will have this on the screen for a few seconds. You're welcome to get a screenshot or print this out. It gives you all of the different segments in which you need to complete these. Alright, so from here I'm going to show you what I've done so far so that you can get an idea on how the pattern goes. So we did that first segment with that first pearl set, which was up to here, which was this section here. So what you do after you do that first set of double pearls is you're going to have another square, and then you're going to have a SuperDuo, and then you're going to have another square and another SuperDuo, and then you're going to have you do 2 squares to start the next set of pearls. And I messed up on this example here, but you should have a double diamond right angle weave on each side of the pearl segment like this. So just refer to the illustration and that'll help you go ahead and continue through the rest of the process. So you should have a total of 5 of these double pearls. So you can rewind the video if you need to on how to do the double diamond right angle weave or the SuperDuos or the pearl sections. So once you've added your last pearl section, then you're going to repeat the strand pattern like you did on the first half of your necklace so that it matches. So from here we're going to be adding our clasp. So let me go ahead and get that together, and then I'll show you the last final steps on how to add your clasp. Alright, so once you've had the length of the necklace that you want, and if you need more length you can always add the extender chain, which is what we're doing today. So as far as what you do with the rest of the thread, I've come to the end here to finish my component for the other half of my necklace after the pearls. I'm going to just advance my needle through some of these beads, and I'm going to do a half hitch knot. So bring your needle under a thread bridge, then bring your needle through that loop and pull your knot so that that's in between your work. So now I'm just going to advance my needle through a few more beads, do another half hitch knot here, advance through a few more beads, and you can do as many knots as you need. Really it should be pretty secure. So at this point I'm going to cut my thread off right here, and you'll do the same thing to the other end. So on my other end I did the same thing. I weaved my thread through and I just added a jump ring through the loop, through my last square, and put my lobster clasp on. Very easy. So on this side I'm going to add my jump ring and my extender chain, but first I'm going to add a dangle, and I think I missed that on the materials. You will need a ball head pin. This one's about 1.5 inches, and it's optional. You don't have to have this, but I'm going to go ahead and put that on and then show you how to do a dangle. So I'm taking a real skinny pair of flat nose pliers, and I've got my 3mm pearl on here, and I'm just going to bend this right angle like that and have a little space to do my wrap. So now I'm going to take my round nose pliers, and I don't want a very big loop, so I'm just coming at the top like this, and I'm going to bring my wire with another flat nose, pulling that up and over my pliers and then down towards the table. Now I'm going to rotate my tool so it's facing the table, and I'm going to pull this straight back. And now I want to connect this to my chain before I close my loop. So I'm going to open that up a little bit, grab my extender chain, and just slide that on. Now I'll take my skinny pliers and try to get this closed back up and just hold on to that and my chain, and I'm going to take my other pliers and just wrap this around a couple of times. And now I'm going to clip that wire off. So I'll take my wire cutters and just try to clip that off as close as you can get it. And now I'm going to squish down any sharp edges I have here. So I like to use my crimping pliers for that. So I'm going to take one pair of pliers and hold my loop. And now I'm just going to take my other crimping tool, and I'm just going to position it and squeeze around that first divot in my pliers. And just be careful not to crack your pearl. And just check it, make sure there's no sharp edges there, and that feels pretty good. So now I'm going to add my jump ring. This is a 6mm jump ring, so I'm just going to open this up by pulling this towards me. And I'm going to slide this around my last right angle weave square here, like that. And now I'll put my extender chain on and close my loop. And there is your extender chain with your cute little pearl dangle at the end. Very pretty. So let me get this all arranged and then we'll wrap it up. All right, so this wraps it up for the Dainty Lace necklace tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed this video today, and if you need to, you can print off that pattern slide or do a screenshot, and that might help you get through the rest of the steps on how to do this. Super simple. They're very repetitive steps. And like I mentioned, this is from a beading book that I have called Beadweaving Beyond the Basics by Kassie Shaw. I will have a link to that book in the description box if you want to check that out. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you for joining me today. As I mentioned, there will be links in the description box below with all of the measurements and counts on the beads that I used today and where you can get them. I do have a website where I sell my own jewelry. Please check that out. I do run periodic sales throughout the year, and you'll get some really great deals. If you're not a subscriber, I hope that you do subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you're notified when I upload new videos. Also, I want to thank all of you who have joined and subscribed and commented. I really appreciate you coming back to watch my videos. So I hope you all have a wonderful week. Happy beading, and I'll see you next time.